You know, this is very nice. There are trees. It's clean.
A statue of somebody we've never heard of.
Thaddeus Kosciuszko. I would say that he was the Polish conqueror of Detroit.
Why isn't he in Hamtramck?
He conquered Detroit before he made it to Hamtramck.
Well, that's where they all settled.
Don't say they. You're talking about my people now.
Well, I was thinking of Fluffy.
This is a big outing for the people from the country. Acura is in town and they're showing their brand new MDX, which has always been a great vehicle, right at the top of our list. So they lured us into Detroit by offering us really great tickets to the Detroit Tigers game.
Is that why you're dressed like a tiger?
Did you know who this is? You know who's on my shirt? I don't know if you can see my shirt. I'll show you later.
Pause.
Prince Fielder. It's not pause. I know I'd look like a 12-year-old fanboy wearing pajamas, but I don't really care. Okay, so here's the best part. We're in the MDX. I am going to the press conference right now to find out all about the new car. What are you going to do? You going to gamble at the casino?
Hey, it'll fit a 6'10" person.
What are you going to
Nice.
review? We're going to review it right now, I guess. So, you know, the big thing now is the third row. A lot of people don't even want to look at an SUV without a third row. We care more about the dog kennels.
Yeah, we store our third row.
Yeah.
They've never been set in.
Yeah, really. It'll be nice when we sell the car. The whole thing will be worn out except for the third row bench. There are several different surfaces. There's a sort of pebbled dash pad. There's a tiny bit of wood. It's quite nice, dark grained wood in front of on top of the glove box and a little slash at each door pad. It's not slathered in piano black. Just one row of buttons is in piano black. You know, I was looking back there. I can see it's a fairly big screen, and there's a big control pad back there. So, you know, on the way home, you could just ride in the back and watch TV. Except maybe you should be driving and I should be watching TV.
Well, now we're down in Detroit.
Hey, we've made it in good time. So I'm going to go in and do the press conference. So we're back from the game. We're leaving now. We've met the guy and we're ready to go. I'm just kidding. I can't drive like that. So we actually went to the press conference. I did, and I learned everything. But, you know, let's talk about the outside. It really doesn't look wildly different than the second generation MDX that they're replacing, especially from the rear. But you don't make wild changes to a vehicle that people just move. They just keep getting a new one every time the new one comes out, right?
How about those headlights?
They do look extremely expensive, don't they? The two-wheel drive car, and I don't have the prices yet, but the project guy told me that the two-wheel drive car is $1,000 less than the outgoing model, which is pretty interesting. The four-wheel drive car is really quite impressive. Honda doesn't have a V8, right? They have only V6s. And they get the most out of their engines. That's what you say. Yeah.
That's what I say.
Yeah. The quality of that is not my favorite. They get the most out of them. They could use a little bit more. And the feeling, they're like sewing machines. On one hand, that's really quiet and great. And on the other hand, it's not really thrilling. And it's funny, if you test competitors side by side with the same amount of power, one can sound better than a Honda and not be going any faster. So, you know, it's supposed to go on sale today, the day we're driving it, which they kind of sprung on everyone in the room. And they never put the price up, but it's on a USB. We have a USB.
Well, we just had 5 people in it.
Yes, we did, and all our stuff. And it was like, of course, one of them was 9 and like a peanut. You can't include her. That was like 4.5.
Yeah, well,
she was a peanut.
Everybody else was a little oversized.
Everybody else was, yeah. The other guy wasn't oversized. He's not. We're not going to identify him. He's a competitor. Yes, we gave a competitor a ride. That's the kind of people we are.
We dropped him off in the middle of the
intersection.
city, but,
and we did make him ride in the third row, but, you know, a ride is a ride, right? Yeah, right?
Yeah.
We're like that. We're vindictive like that.
I said, we don't have to take him home, do we?
Of course not.